everyone, this is Tracey from Lavinia Stamps. Thank you for joining me again today for another demonstration. We're going to be demoing with Astrid today. This is our brand new stamp that we've launched this week. It's a fair sized, as you can see, that's why I put her on this big block here. We're going to be using the Distress Oxides, stamping with the VersaFine Clay, painting with some of the Brushos. We're just having a play basically. I'll make it up as I go along, so bear with me. Okay, so I'm going to ink her up in the VersaFine Clay. This is the Nocturne. Now she's another really detailed stamp, so just take your time, making sure that you've covered all the areas. Okay, so I'm going to pop that down like so, and then just give that a good press. Let it rest for a while on the card. There's a lot of detail there, and we want to get those lovely long eyelashes, so just be patient and let it rest. Okay, there we go. Now as you can see, that lovely detail on there, so we've got all those individual eyelashes, all those fine strands of hair that our manufacturer works so hard with us to get. So there we go. Right, I'm going to be using the Distress Oxides. This is Hickory Smoke and Shaded Lilac. As I say, I'm kind of making it up as I go along, so just bear with me. I'm going to start with Shaded Lilac. Now I've got a smoothie here, so I'm just going to blend that colour around Astrid. Working my way all the way round. Now try not to be too heavy-handed when you're colouring in areas. It's better to just keep sweeping over the same area lightly several times just to pick up the depth, as opposed to just putting a lot of ink on and going straight on with the card, to the card, sorry. Okay, so now we're going to use Hickory Smoke. Just to mute that lilac down a little. So as you can see, I'm just working my way all the way around, like so. Okay, so taking my fan brush now, I'm just going to add a few droplets of water just to soften that edge around her. Now, if I leave the water on long enough, it will bleach those areas out. Don't want to bleach it too much, so I'm going to just dab that off now. And you can see that gives us a really nice effect. Okay, so I'm going to go in with my really fine paintbrush now, and I'm going to be using some of the Brushos. So starting off with it really watered down and build your colour up gradually. Of course, you can use whatever colours you like. I'm going to go with purple and green, maybe a bit of blue. But I just want her to stand out, so just fade that colour out the further you go out from the hair. You don't want this colour to be too dark, so just fade that out. Okay, so I'm going to put a touch of yellow on my brush, really watered down, and I'm adding a tiny amount of pink. Just to give her a little bit of colour. Just such a small amount. As I say, you can build the colour up, but it's more difficult to take off. So you need to just bear that in mind. Gradual colour is far easier. And you can see it's all sort of starting to come together. if you have put too much on, let it dry, add a little bit of water, and then dab that off with the tissue and start again. That's probably what I would do. I've got a little bit of pink here again, so just using that on her mouth. Okay, so I'm going to go in with a little bit of blue. Tiny, tiny amount. And that's just to give a little bit of depth. Okay, so I've missed out an area here that needs to be purple, so I'm going to go back to that. I think that's that covered. Okay, so I'm going to use a couple of greens now, just to put in her hair. I've designed Astrid as a mermaid, but of course she doesn't have to be. So you can use whatever colour you want for her hair. I'm just picking this just because it's more mermaid in keeping. Just using a slightly different green here, a little bit lighter. Okay, and now I'm going to use the turquoise as well. Trying to pick up the different strands to colour them individually, although it can be quite difficult because they're quite fine. That's why I would suggest a nice fine paintbrush will definitely help. Okay, so I think we've pretty much covered her. I'm going to use a pen as well to go over some of the detail on that. Let's add a little bit of colour down here as well. And it's really starting to, you know, jump out at me now. Surprising how just that colour around the edge makes the image just pop out. Okay, it really does start to become so therapeutic. You're forgetting that you're even painting. You get so involved with it. That's what's so nice about painting and colouring in, basically. So, okay. So the next thing now, let's have a think. I think we need some words. So we're going to just stamp some words around the edge. I don't think it needs too much because it's quite an impact, that one image. We don't want to take our eyes away from that too much. So I've gone to twilight now, so inking up, this is our new verse. So basically I wrote the verse to go with the actual mermaid. So okay, so I'm going to go around the edge now. We're going to go back to the twilight. Let's grab a smoothie. I'm just going to add a little bit of depth now around the edge of the card. Again, that just sort of pulls your eye into the centre. And now we're going to add a little bit of blue. Just around the very edge of her eyes. And that really does make those stand out. Let's see what this green is like. It's quite a nice green as well, so I'm going to just pick out a few of the hairs. This is our metallic pen. Carefully just follow that line all the way down. Let's go with the blue now. That gives us a good bit of depth, this blue. It's really deep. Okay, so lastly, I think I'm just going to put a little bit of glitter on. So I'm going to go with the blue-green glitter, the fine, and our glue pen. And I'm just going to dot a little in and around her hair. Just to give us a little bit of sparkle. And this glitter, it's not too sort of bling. It's a nice subtle, because it's so fine. It's not so sparkly. Okay, so I'm going to take the chance and put the glitter on now. There's going to be areas that are still wet. In fact, no, it's too late for me to dry it now because I've got the glue on. So I'm just going to risk it. And if the glitter sticks to some of the areas that are wet, well, that's fine. So just a nice light shake. Oh, there we go, that's perfect. It's not actually taken to any of the areas, so that's fortunate for me. Okay guys, there she is, Astrid. I hope you enjoyed the demo, something a little bit different again. I do love painting, and I hope that you enjoyed watching. Thanks guys, take care, speak soon, bye for now.